Wish TV is proud to honor teachers in Central Indiana.
She is an inspiration to all of us.
She's always smiling.
Who go above and beyond.
She's done so many things for so many people.
She's inspirational.
Making a difference.
She's always taught me to believe in myself and never get down on myself.
Everybody's biggest cheerleader.
And deserving of recognition for their outstanding efforts in education.
I love the people that I work with. And to know that I've made an impact on somebody's life, it is truly a great honor.
It's an honor. I love what I do, and the kids are the ones who make it work. I'm like just so taken aback because I love them so much. The fact that, you know, they love me just as much just means a lot. Sorry, you're going to have to cut that part out.
And you are our winner.
Oh, thank you so much.
From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Golden Apple Awards podcast, sponsored by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender.
For Wish TV, I'm Brenna Donnelly. You send in nominations. We honor your teachers with the Golden Apple Award. The goal is awarding unsung heroes, and we have a few who have shaped Wish TV voices in our own newsroom. Today is story time with Daybreak Anchor Drew Blair about her favorite teacher from Brebeuf High School.
Hi, I'm Bailey of Bailey Wood Mortgage Lender. Our founder and my dad, Mike Wood, understands the importance of family, which is why with our fast turn times, you can focus on your family and enjoying your new home. Bailey Wood has donated over $500,000 to local charities, schools, and our hometown heroes. When you use Bailey Wood, you're partnering with a local family and business that cares about your community.
Welcome to the Golden Apple Podcast. We have a bonus episode for you this month, something you might not know about Wish TV employees. We can't win anything. No station contest, no freebies, no influence on who does get to win those things. We can't submit our favorite teachers for the Golden Apple Award, for example, but in the commercial breaks, we talk about it. Local teachers who have made us who we are today. More than once, I've had to hold my tongue as my coworkers have told me a really great story about a teacher, and I know they can't nominate them. But I'm thinking, if the goal is unsung heroes, shouldn't we share their inspiring stories in some way? So today I brought in my friend, Daybreak Anchor Drew Blair, into the studio to tell me a few stories about a teacher who changed her life. You like how I started that podcast?
Yeah,
I got her laughing already.
I know, the disembodied voice. Like, who is that?
Who is it?
This is Brenna's podcast.
Not a surprise that I have a guest on because I can't talk for as long as I'm supposed to.
I hear you. We're taught to keep things short and tight, right?
Exactly. Let me start though real fast by asking, I know you've gone to school here in Indiana, all through grade school here in States?
Yep. Grew up on the northwest side of Indianapolis, and I grew up in private schools. So I went to Sycamore grade school and then St. Thomas Aquinas for a couple of years before going to Brebeuf Jesuit.
And you just loved your time there, it sounds like.
Oh my gosh. That school is still to this day a community for me. They've really blessed me and honored me with asking me to be a part of things, some events, emceed their big fundraiser this past year virtually. So I'm still connected with them. The thing that helped make Brebeuf for me stand out, I mean, it's the only high school experience I have, so I have nothing to compare it to, but it very much is a family. It teaches you to grow as a person, not just academically, but socially, spiritually. And so then most people form lifelong relationships at Brebeuf. There are most of my close friends still date back to those years.
They knew you in high school.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Does that mean the teacher you chose for me today was one who had lots of different aspects to teach you about?
Yeah, my band director, Steve Hoernemann. So Steve, I learned later to call him by his first name. That was
okay.
Kind of
Not
awkward.
Mr. Hoernemann.
No, right. But obviously during school, that was always Mr. H or Mr. Hoernemann. But later when you become a true adult and graduate, and then you have this lasting relationship, it was, you can call me Steve. I'm like,
can I do that?
That's kind of weird, But I have, so he's now retired from Brebeuf, but he came in and joined the staff my sophomore year.
Okay.
So he wasn't even there all 4 years, but I did band all 4 years. And
so what was he like?
Person.
Like what kind of a person is he?
The kind of person that makes such an impact that I was able to message. I talk about the community and the family. Right. I messaged, I think, 4 or 5 fellow bandmates of mine. We're now 20 plus years removed from high school. And I was like, hey, help fill my memory bank because I'm going to be talking to Brenna about Steve Hoernemann. What are your memories? What are the things that really stand out to you? And it's funny because a lot of these former schoolmates of mine had the same words. These were all separate conversations, but infectious, energetic, and the man lived on espresso.
Okay. Infectious, then literally.
Yeah. And energetic, I think by nature, but he did live on espresso. And one of my friends reminded me of, what's it called? Banaka? That like mouth.
Oh, the really
fresh,
minty spray.
The minty breath spray.
Banaka.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It's the sound it makes.
I had totally forgotten he used that, but he did. I sat in the first row because I was a flute player. And he lived on espresso, so thank you for also living on Banaka or whatever it was called.
This was pre-social distancing, I'm assuming.
Right.
A couple decades ahead of that. Well, he sounds like a real winner, right? Somebody you stayed in touch with. You told me a little about what the kind of a teacher he was. How did he impact students? How did he teach?
He treated you like a colleague, not. Students weren't inferior to him. You know what I mean? He wasn't authority. And that helped gain respect because he showed students respect. I don't remember even the specifics of his teaching style. I think it has to do more with his natural demeanor, his personality, all the characteristics that make him so magnetizing. He could have taught anything. Think of the most boring class possible. Band wasn't,
right.
If you're in band, you want to do that. Yes. But it takes a lot of hard work too. But it doesn't matter what he would have taught. He would have done it well, and he would have been engaging, and just, he made you want to work hard for him and not in a drill sergeant way. You wanted him to be happy with your performance because it made him so excited.
You wanted to make him proud.
Absolutely.
Does that mean that he was just a total goofball after concerts and he'd just be grinning ear to ear?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. His smile ear to ear for sure. His laughter was just, he was a goofball. I would say that's a good way of describing him too.
So how did what he did in the classroom and how he impacted you continue to affect you now? Like, why do you think back on say, oh, he was so great, but that he's still on the forefront of your mind today when I say, who's your favorite teacher?
He showed me what it is to be positive. He really had I never saw the man in a bad mood. We all have our moments, and I'm sure he did as well, but I've never witnessed it. And I think he would have made sure that I didn't. He was one of those friend teachers that, when you go through the stresses of high school, whether you're applying for college and worried about the academics, the social stresses of high school, we all have down days. He's who I turn to. So I would go downstairs to the band hall, and we had a lot of what we at Brebeuf, it's called personal responsibility time.
Okay.
It's a PRT. So all of my Braves who are listening are like, yep. We know.
Independent learning.
But the curriculum there and the schedule structure is to try to form and mold you for college prep. It's college preparatory school. So to teach you, all right, you have this block of time in the middle of the day. How are you going to use it? So we had that at Brebeuf, and there would be times and days where I just want to kind of get a boost. And I'd go visit Mr. Hoernemann, and sometimes that meant cleaning out his office with him.
Just whatever he was doing, you were doing?
Yeah. So he was my source of a pick-me-up, and I, contrary to what you might think of being a Daybreak anchor, I am not a morning person.
There's the reality check for all the folks listening.
Not a morning person. My poor friends and roommates that I've had over the years who have experienced what I'm like, it's not a good thing. A lot better. I'm kind of trained to do it now.
Well, you're paid to do it now as well.
band was the first or second class of the day, and man, talk about a way to wake up and start your day on a good note. Not to be cliche, that was a pun. Totally
unintended. That was a good pun, though.
Totally unintended. But yeah, he had a spirit about him that put you in a good mood, and the lasting impact to he kind of set a foundation for me in maintaining that positive outlook.
And I love the thought that his door was open, that you
Yes.
went downstairs to his office and he wasn't saying, oh, nope, sorry, it's not class yet. I'm doing my own thing right now, that he was willing to let you into whatever he was doing.
I want to also tell you a little bit about his office.
Okay.
When Steve Hoernemann arrived at Brebeuf Jesuit, the band program had been truly buried in the basement of the school. It's not a very, new school, and we were tucked down in the basement. I swear I remember it being janitorial storage as well.
Oh, geez.
We had the service elevator that came down into our basically concrete slab foundation floor. Great acoustics, right? For the band program.
Right underneath your feet.
The service elevator where, teachers, janitorial staff, anybody would come down in the middle of our class.
Ghosts, spiders.
Yeah.
Anyone comes in through that elevator.
So that's where we had been when he arrived. And it's like he took his conductor baton, and it was a magic wand. He walked into that building. His enthusiasm, his passion motivated the school to put the funding or gather the funding necessary to build a state-of-the-art auditorium for just the classes. It wasn't even a performance hall. It was just our room to really hone our skills and actually have a class and not feel like, we're dusting off the cobwebs. Right. And so his office was tucked down there. So he transformed what is now just an incredible orchestra program, wind ensemble.
Yep.
And it's the only addition that took place in that school building in my time there. So he had a lasting impact in a structural way as well.
Take it from one way to another.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say that he's now retired.
Yes.
So then what would you wish for him in his retirement? As his former student who's taken his love of life and mornings and brightening things up, what would you wish for him in his retirement?
I wish he would actually hear us when we praise him. He's not one to receive it, He doesn't want to hear it. When he retired, there were a lot of efforts to say, we should all go to the last big concert of the year and make a big deal of him. And then somebody spoke up. I remember saying, hey guys, remember who we're talking about here? He doesn't want to take the attention away from the students. He would not want this display. And we're like, but we want to.
Yeah.
So I hope he knows how appreciated he was and is to this day, and how much he's on the minds of so many, and how much we credit him with not just my ability to play the flute anymore. It was so much more about than music. It was about becoming a person.
Which sounds like it was his goal. You know, that his goal wasn't, I'm going to make you a great musician. It was, I'm going to help you be the best person you can be.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Well, every time folks at home see Drew Blair smiling on Wish TV Daybreak, there's the inner reflection, maybe, of, do we call him Steven, Mr. Hoernemann? Steven?
Steven.
A reflection of Steven.
And, I now drink espresso myself. So.
There you go. The other secret to waking up happy in the morning.
That's right.
Drew Blair, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to make sure he gets a link to this.
I certainly hope he does too. We love the chance to get to honor teachers no matter what we can do to do that. Obviously, the Golden Apple Awards are a big way of doing that. So for folks listening, you can catch this month's winning teacher in this month's regular podcast. By the way, also a music teacher. It's also on wishtv.com. We're taking nominations as well, not from you, Drew. For next month, just visit wishtv.com/goldenapple. Send me a nomination. We're going to keep this thought going through the rest of the day here. Positive thoughts in the morning and turning dark spaces into light spaces.
Done.
Love it. Drew, thank you.
Hi, I'm Bailey of Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. Our founder and my dad, Mike Wood, understands the importance of family, which is why with our fast turn times, you can focus on your family and enjoying your new home. Bailey & Wood has donated over $500,000 to local charities, schools, and our hometown heroes. When you use Bailey & Wood, you're partnering with a local family-run business that cares about your community.
From Wish TV, I'm Brenna Donnelly. If you know a teacher changing lives without recognition, please nominate them and tell me their story today. For more information and to submit a nomination, just go to wishtv.com/goldenapple.
The Wish TV Golden Apple Awards podcast, sponsored by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. Nominate a teacher and learn more at wishtv.com now. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast and discover even more great podcasts now on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.